All right, good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone is having a great weekend and a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Now, before we get into the show, I really do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and do so. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical analysis. All right, with that, as you know, today is Sunday. We are going to give you those three Eric's Sunday's best picks. We are going to go over the SPY first, as we always do. Going to give you some key technical levels to watch, and then we will give you those stocks that look really good going into Tuesday. All right, with that, let's check out the SPY. So as you know, and anyone who does watch the show, I did say when we hit that 52-week high about 6 trading days ago, I said I was a little concerned. We were hitting this upper Bollinger Band right here, but not too worried because these overbought situations, as you can see in the past, could go on for a while, right? They test levels and then continue to grind higher. Well, everything was looking really good. But Friday was a little bit of a concern. We did gap below that, right at that 10 SMA. We tested that midpoint Bollinger Band right there, and you did see buyers stepping in. But now for Tuesday, I'm a little concerned on number one, how we gap. That's the most important thing to see, how we open up. And then for that first 30 minutes of trading, do we grind higher or do we test that midpoint Bollinger Band? So again, for Tuesday, watch that key level right there. It's extremely, extremely important. Do we gap higher above that 10 SMA? And then if that were to happen, there's a high probability that we are going to retake that 52-week high, take that out at some point. Now, if we gap lower and take it lower after that first 30-minute candle, there's a high probability not only are we going to test this midpoint Bollinger Band, you'll probably start drifting lower and at some point test this 10 SMA, or I'm sorry, that 50 SMA right here, which is that yellow line. So again, for Tuesday, watch those key levels, see how we gap. Do we gap higher and take, move above that 10 SMA, or do we gap lower and retest that midpoint Bollinger Band and then go lower from there? So those are some key levels to watch because there's really not much support once we get below this midpoint Bollinger Band. You have to target this 50-day moving average right here, okay? So if that were to happen, we'll see a really, really major correction if that were to happen. That is the SPY. All right, with that, let's go into the three stocks that look technically good going into Tuesday. I'm going to give you these nice entry points and exit points in all these three names. First one's going to be QS. All right, so QS is one stock that I've been watching for a while. I did miss this whole run that it had from mid-November all the way from, let's say, $16.50, $17, all the way to $132. It's been on my watch list. I've been really patient watching this stock. It's coming to a point, this really important inflection point for QS. We're right here at this 50-day moving average. As you can see, on Friday we did test that. So what happens for Tuesday? Well, this is the way to play it. So on Tuesday, obviously see how it opens. If we open lower, open below that 50-day moving average, I would say that would be a no buy. Do not even play it. But for that first 30-minute candle, if we can take it out after that first 30-minute time period on Tuesday, I would be a buyer of QS and then clearly use any close below this 50-day moving average right here as my stop price. Okay, so going forward, if we do get in, this will be our stop price. But remember, this is a dynamic moving average, so as time goes out, this will go up. Okay, so that is QS. Be a buyer on Tuesday. Right when that after that first 30-minute candle gets breached to the upside, and then use this 50-day moving average right here as your stop. Okay, QS. Second stock that looks really good going into Tuesday is going to be CLSK right here. So CLSK, this one's been on my radar for a very, very long time. I missed this whole run. In fact, I was playing this stock when it was sub $4, and it had this massive run to my dismay. But now, guys, we're at this really important inflection point on this one as well. We're right here at this midpoint Bollinger Band. It did close near the lows of the day. So again, for Tuesday, this has to hold. The low of the day of Friday has to hold. So watch how we open up on Tuesday. See if we can take, again, I sound like a broken record, but this is the way we operate. We're going to be really consistent on this. We see if we can take the first 30-minute candle to the upside out. If that were to happen, we can get into the name and then clearly use this midpoint Bollinger Band right here as our stop out price. So any close below this midpoint Bollinger Band is going to be our stop in CLSK. All right, last stock on the list that looks extremely good going into tomorrow, where the where the technicals are in our favor, is going to be CBAT. Here we go, CBAT. Here's one again that had this massive run. Started running in mid September, came down, hit that 52-week high, retested this 50-day moving average, came up, right? Came back down, retested that 50-day moving average, made a higher high from here, right? Looks good. Now we're again at this inflection point. We are at this, on Friday, it did hold this 50-day moving average right here, closed right there at the 10 SMA. We're right near this value area high. So again, for Tuesday, watch how this opens. See if that 50-day moving average and that midpoint Bollinger Band right there happen to be one and the same, can hold. If that holds after that for the first 30 minutes, be a buyer, okay? And then clearly use this 50-day moving average again as our out. Any close below that 50-day moving average has to be our stop, okay? That is CBAT. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. My name is Eric, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I will be sure to get right back to you with any questions you may have. All right, again, if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and do so. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical analysis. I try to give you entry points, exit points, why we're getting into a trade, why we're getting out of the trade, and I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical setups. Okay? All right, with that, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will see you Tuesday after the close. And, remember, trade smart and be safe.